jump on here real quick before you see the start of the video. I wasn't all that happy with how it turned out, but I still wanted to upload it for you guys because I know we all have those days where like, our makeup, but I just wanted to still upload it for you guys and hope you guys like it. Love you guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, of course. Now on to the video. Cut out in the middle of me doing my actual makeup. So all I did was I used my Nivea Post-Men's Aftershave Balm for my primer, rubbed that in until it was tacky, and then I went in with my foundation, which was the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, the matte and poreless version in the shade 125. And then what I'm doing now is taking that same powder that goes with that Maybelline Fit Me line in the shade 120 and putting that all over my face. A light dusting all over my face. So now that we have the face pretty much done for the most part, I'm going to move on to eyes and then we'll come back to the face. When the time is right, and I was priming your eyelids, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Eyeshadow Primer, the Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. We're just going to put that all over our eyelid as our primer for our eyelid. Take this, put this all over your eyelid, all the way up to the brow bone. We can't skip the brow bone, it's the most important part. I'm going to do my brows so that they're done and out of the way and we don't mess up the brows with any eyeshadow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. eyebrow kit in the shade Medium. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply that onto my brows and make my brows look beautiful. Angled eyeliner brush like that. I'm really just going to carve out my brows. Make them look awesome. That you have and just comb out your brows. Make them look nice and crisp. Clear Brow Lash Mascara. We're going to put that throughout our brows to set them in place. Okay, now we can actually set our eyeshadow primer, and what I'm going to be using for that step is the Maybelline Fit Me 120 powder to set my eyeshadow primer. Very simple, really. Easy stuff. And so, what I have pulled back out from my makeup collection after not using it for a long time is the Coastal Scents Hot Pot Shadows. This is what I'm going to be doing the first impressions on. These babies right here. So, what the first color that jumps out at me is this red right here, and I know we're like not in spring quite yet, but I'm gonna do something unorthodox, really. Okay, kind of dirty, but the color is called Baked Clay. Almost looks like a volcanic red if you look at it like that. Looks like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply this in the crease, and we're going to put this down very carefully because since this is such a pigmented color, we want to be very careful with how we put this down. And if you have any sort of red, it doesn't have to be the Baked Clay red. It can be any red that you have on hand. I just have the red clay on hand as part of the first impressions. And also we want to put some tape down as well so we get a super crisp line and make it look nice. So just put some tape down on the outer edges of your eye. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blending brush, a fluffy blending brush like that, and very carefully, I'm just going to tap. We're just going to tap right into that red. And look at how much color comes off. That was just a tap, guys. this color is seriously pigmented. So what we're going to do very carefully, we're going to place this, look at that guys, it's so pigmented. We're going to place this very carefully in the crease. And then we're going to blend like so. So you just want to put the color down, and then if it's slightly messy, we'll go back and clean it up. Okay, so we have the basic parameters of where we want this eyeshadow to go. Then I'm going to take another blending brush with no additional product on it, and we're just going to blend this out. Because I don't want the color to be super intense on that outer part right here. We just want this color to be laid down. We don't want it to be super intense. A clean, fluffy blending brush with no additional product, and we're just blending out that crease. Because this is a very intense color, so we don't want it to be like super intense right away. We want to kind of build the color up and have it be blended and smoked out. So just go ahead, a clean blending brush with no additional product, and just blend this out. Okay. So now we're going to go back in with that blending brush that has more of the color on it. We're just going to add this a little bit more color on the outer part of the eye. Whatever's left over, we'll put on the outer part of the eye. Yeah, this is a very powdery color. So when you wear this color and when you're applying this color, you want to be very careful as to how I did it, where when I laid it down, I didn't like go hardcore and like dip my brush into it, go on the eyelid, and because there's a very pigmented red, as you can see. So you just want to be really careful with the placement of this color, because I'm sure it can look really crazy really fast. So just be careful with the placement of any reds that you have on hand, and make sure it's blended out and nice and diffused. Something like this. I'm going to take from my I Love Makeup I Heart Chocolate palette, I'm going to take this fudgy brown right here. Right there. And I'm going to put that below where we put the red. So put that below where we put the red. And don't worry, we will come and clean this up. Doesn't have to be super precise at this moment. So take your clean, fluffy blending brush with no additional product, and we're just going to go and blend out the brown a little bit. So that way it's not like crazy. So just take that, blend it out. Any fudgy brown that you have will work. Just blend it out. A more dramatic cut, crease. So just take it. It's almost like you're stenciling out your eyelid. Okay. And then take that clean, fluffy brush with no additional product and blend it out. See, I have a weird shaped eye, guys. It's like weirdly shaped. Do the same to the other eye. Okay. You just want to make sure you don't blend it too much so we don't lose that red. So that's the prettiest color. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the precision brush we used to apply the brown in the crease. I'm going to go back to these colors. And let's see. I think I'm going to take, we'll look good with red and brown, guys, of Makeup I Heart Chocolate palette. And we're going to use this sort of burgundy-esque color right here. I'm going to put that on the outer V of our eye. Outer V. makeup looks to do right. I swear. Okay, so now take that clean, fluffy blending brush with no additional product and just blend that a little bit. We don't want to blend it, over blend it. We just want to make it seamless on the eye. And just using e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush, I think I'm going to go in with a light or white. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take this color up here, that one right there. Let me see what the color is. I'm going to be taking the color Polar Bear. It looks like this. And we're just going to be putting that on the, we're going to put that right here. You see where I'm placing it? We're just going to put this down right there. This will brighten up our inner corner by a lot and be a really pretty transition. Oh, I love it. So that's a pigmented color. Oh, I like these. They're very pigmented. Ones I picked up so far. It almost has like a sort of, not satin, but like a sheen to it. Which goes quite nicely with this eye look. Okay, so now that we have the top eyeshadow, oh, I forgot to highlight the brow bone. Let me take that same Polar Bear color and highlight the brow bone with that. Okay, brow bone is highlighted. Now what I'm going to do is remove the tape, curl my lashes, and apply mascara. So the mascara I'll be using is the Maybelline The Falsies Mascara. And my pet peeve about this is it transfers really easily. So when you're applying this, don't blink. I'm telling you, don't blink. But it has a very interesting wand. It's sort of curved and looks kind of weird. But just apply any mascara that you have. Again, it doesn't have to be this one. But don't blink when you're applying this because it will transfer on you. And since the line is a little harsh, it's very cut, I'm just going to go in with a fluffy blending brush and just blend that out just a little bit because it is a bit harsh, just a tad. Now we have that blended out a little bit more. What I'm going to do is do concealer. It is, CW04. We're just going to apply a little bit. This goes a little bit, goes a long way with this stuff. Just a little bit of concealer. Nothing too crazy. Under eye with a little bit of powder. Blending brush like so. I'm going to take Burgundy color from the I Love Makeup I Heart Chocolate palette. I'm just going to put that, I'm going to smoke it out on the lower lash line. Okay, so, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Polar Bear color we used earlier and highlight the inner tear duct and a little bit on the lower lash line as well. Just gives sort of like a satiny sheen. I really like this color so far. Okay, so then we'll apply mascara on the lower lash line. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Coastal Scents Blush 2 palette and I'm going to use this shade right here as bronzer because I don't have any bronzer at the moment. So let's see, I'm going to take this stippling brush because we want this to be very soft and diffused. I'm just going to apply that all over my face, like bronzer. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to take out the same palette. Let's see. Let me see. I'm going to take this color right here. That color right there. I'm just going to apply a light layer of that on my apple or my cheekbones. since I don't ever put blush on the apples of my cheeks. That, and then what I'm going to do is take my Ultra Contour palette from Makeup Revolution in the shade All About Pink. I'm going to take this peachy tone concealer highlighter at the top right here, so that one right there. So that one right there. I'm just going to apply that with a taper brush like this to the apples of my cheeks, or the high points of my face. So that right there. Okay. Now so I'm going to go back over the face, make sure that everything is all blended out. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a gloss. Take this gloss right here. This is the Lorac Ultra Ego Lip Gloss in the shade Duchess, which is like a Your Lips but better color. Yeah, if I can get it open. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to take this and apply this all over my lips. My review of these Coastal Scents Hot Pots is they're affordable and only when they're not on sale, they're $1.95 a pop. They're very pigmented depending on the finish that you look at when you get these. Look at the site and make sure that you look at the finish. It says whether it's semi-opaque, opaque, and they're very easily blendable. Even though they're very powdery, they're very blendable, which is what you want. I don't mind if the shadow is very powdery as long as I can blend it and make it look nice. But yeah, those are my first impressions of these products. I'll see you guys later. Mwah.